some big news, obviously, as Brandon Graham, we kind of knew it was coming, officially retires today, and this is how he kind of went out.
While my time on the field is coming to an end, my love for this team and city will never fade. Philadelphia and everybody, from the bottom of my heart, I just want to thank y'all. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. My last one. BG out, baby.
So that's how he went out today at the end of his speech. We'll re-air everything he had to say during his solo portion at 3:55 today. But Brandon Graham deserves us to put everything aside for a segment, and then we'll get into the regular show stuff in the next segment, because he made the most iconic play in our franchise history, and he won 2 Super Bowls. And he talked about if you go from where it started, where people are calling him a bust and they wanted Earl Thomas, to now, no one would have believed it. And he's just a testament, and certain athletes are a testament to how we can grow and how we can't let other people define who we are. You can never let other people define who you are. People are going to have opinions. Some people, it's their jobs to give opinion. Some people just like to give opinions. Some people are just negative people, whatever it is. You can never let other people decide who you are. If they don't like you, that doesn't mean they're correct. And a lot of people didn't like Brandon Graham for a while here. Didn't play that well. Then he had injuries. A lot of people were ready to get rid of him. And instead, if he goes on to make the most iconic play in Eagles history to win 1 Super Bowl, and then he makes a miraculous comeback from a torn tricep to play in the other Super Bowl. That's special stuff. And that's the part that I think we have to remember when we're looking at Brandon Graham. You could try to look at the stats way, but that's not the real way to look at it for a guy that's here 15 years. The impact he had and the way he got off the mat that way, that's something, if you're, whatever your job is, whatever you do, whatever your gender is, you can really learn from somebody that did it that way, where it starts off good, you're a first-round pick, and over the long haul, there was a lot of downs early, and not to give up, to keep on fighting, to keep on pushing. That's what that guy personified. And we talk about Rocky. Man, Brandon Graham, I take him over Rocky 100 times out of 100. That guy did not allow anybody else to tell him what he couldn't do. And if you can't recognize that, then I don't think you're a human. So his career and him leaving, to me, is more than just a football player leaving the city, more than just a good Philadelphian, a good citizen, etc. This is a good person. This is a person who persevered, who fought. And then in the biggest moments, that guy showed up in the biggest way. I don't know what more you can ask from a guy after 15 years. So, Ricky, you obviously played the pro sports in this town. You didn't get to be on the good teams.
Nope.
So we don't know. Maybe you would have came through like Brandon Graham if you had been given the opportunity.
Love to have had that opportunity.
But one thing we can say about him, Ricky, was when he got that opportunity, he definitely took advantage.
Absolutely was a big game player. I mean, any way you look at it, the one thing you're going to see is Tom Brady. That's when you think of Brandon Graham, think about that for a second. What you're going to think about is Tom Brady. That is a big thing to ask, and the biggest play maybe in, I'll say it, the biggest play in Eagles history.
Yep.
They hadn't won jack up until that, and he comes up with a big strip sack. And then everything else was kind of confetti to me after that. I think he became the biggest star defensively behind B-Doc. Maybe I'm not going too far back. I don't want to get into the 80s and whatnot, but in the recent history, I mean, he is the name that you will look at the Eagles and say defensively, he's a name that will pop up every single time. He's a name that you will say he was always a gamer. He was always into it. He was always there. He was always the guy that was helping other people out on the team, which to me, you even think about it. Who is it? Uche's coming in. And have you heard him recently talk about Brandon Graham? Said he got to do a swap with him, a jersey swap with him a couple years ago. But he also called him before he signed here and said, I'm going to need you because I'm going to have to call you because I need you to know exactly what's going on all the time on that field, and no better guy to go to. I mean, that says a lot. This is an incoming guy that's going to go to a guy he's never actually played with, but a guy he went to the same college as, obviously, University of Michigan. Brandon Graham was a huge name at University of Michigan, and he's looked up to. When you're looked up to in the NFL parts, you have done something special throughout your career. I know longevity plays a big thing in this, but to me, it's more than that. I look at him as a leader. I look at him as one of those guys you could always count on. I look at him as a ballsy type player. You think about this Super Bowl that he played in. Come on, coming off of that injury, he goes into that game, re-tears it, and he's still playing in the game.
Yep.
That to me is just a guy that has a lot of passion for the football game, a lot of passion for his city, and a lot of passion for his team. And I think a lot of that came out in his speech. And I liked what he had to say. He thanked all the right people. And to me, I'll just always look at him as a flat-out gamer, a guy that wanted to play the game as hard as he can, as long as he could.
Absolutely. And there was a time I've told this story where I'm leaving here, going to one of his signings recently.
This is great.
And I'm in a terrible mood because I just got in trouble here again. And I show up there, and I'll say it again for people that may have missed it. Brandon Graham is there, didn't take a water break, didn't have to use the bathroom, didn't ask for anything to drink, eat, nothing. He stood there the entire time. Now, he wasn't worried about the clock. And there was a line outside up the block. He signs. He takes a picture with every single person. Then when he was sure everybody was done, he even did a double check. Hey, everybody done? Everybody good? Did everybody here get a picture with me? Then he goes over to the table, and for the next hour plus, he signed whatever anybody gave him. And he's now way over time. He's signing a Gatorade bottle. He signed someone's baby. He's signing hats. He signed a Phillies cap. People were just trying to get him something.
Bubblegum wrapper off the floor.
He signed whatever it was. Some people did bring some footballs and stuff like that. This was all for charity. You're going to miss him as a Philadelphian because I know he doesn't spend all his time here. We're going to miss him as a player. Thanks so much, everybody, for watching. Really appreciate it. If you want more of this content, make sure you like and subscribe. And you know you can do that kind of over here if you want more of the best show ever.